All right, action. Take two. Take one was a better take. I have the bells and chimes going off, so it'll probably get first play. Mother Teresa, 1997. Let's look at this Gardens and Stonework by Paul Meyer of Nice and Green Landscaping, and I guess yours truly. And it's just really neat to see them still here and in good condition. The block work, Paul used a mix. He used his own, I think, just cement or Portland or whatever. And I don't know if we just mixed river sand in it with it. You can see the tiny little granules. So it's not big granules like you'd see in concrete. But the footings stayed nice and stable. I'm working to see cracks in it. I'm working to see bricks out of place and cracks and problems. You can see a couple over here, I guess. And you can see where, I don't know if Paul came back and put some purge holes in there, if that's from bees. Some of those carpenter bees make just perfect holes. They can kind of, but maybe, Paul's the type of guy probably thought about putting some sort of purge holes into that mortar. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. And this side looks pretty good too. We got, the gardens weren't all done and filled out, so that's pretty nice. Smells like raspberry. Oh, I'm getting a picture of these nice gardens in this huge church. Mother Teresa. 1998. Oh, I thought it was 97 she came here. St. Mary's. I went in there once. It was like a Spanish. I can go in there?
Yeah.
I take a picture of it?
They're only open from 12 to 2.
I get extra credit question. Who did all this landscaping?
Well, you could ask. It is nice, isn't it? Well, Diocese has one. Let's put it this way.
Oh, yeah. Well, it isn't in my pocket.
I know. Well, many years ago, I had a priest who used to say, "Don't be cheap with Jesus." That's what he was to say. Don't be cheap with Jesus.
Wow. I'll get a video of this. Candles. That's amazing. Look at that. I thought the first take would be better with the bells going. Look at that color up there. St. Mary's. We're in 2023. Like in the it was like in Spanish, and the big thing with the incense was swinging. That's amazing. Get the story of Jesus and all the pictures. I might run out of batteries or tape, but they said I could come in here. I'm gonna come in here. Look at that artwork and the stained glass. I think when I was in here, they might have been redoing that stained glass. She's like, I don't know who did the landscaping. I could tell you. Silence. Kneel down and pray. Be thankful my dad made it through his heart valve. His brother was in the hospital when he was real young, and he said he was going down the steps to his house. And I always thought the story was he saw Mary, but it was that he saw Jesus. He's walking down the steps. His brother would have been about 3, and he was like 11 years, so he would have been about 12 or 14. And this is in New Jersey, just outside New York City where they stayed. Grew up in Queens. And he's devout. 7 a.m. he's at that church before kneeling. And he swears that testimony to this day. Be thankful for all my good friends and family, and that I don't have it too hard. I think of the people in Ukraine or born somewhere else that are starving, and it's not too bad here. First world problems, they say. Good to see the landscaping and just quite spectacular art. I'll come in on this one. This one just caught my eye, where they're walking Jesus through the town and he falls down. The cross is so heavy, and he gets to where they're going to nail him up on that cross and crucify him. Quite a story. But yeah, nice and green landscaping and Paul Meyer on the outside. 1998. So I'll have to look at the thing from 1998. I keep joking around saying, who did that landscaping outside for Mother Teresa? That's pretty nice, those limestone blocks and patio blocks held up pretty good. I see they're doing some, wonder if you can ever volunteer to help for this church, work on stuff. I do a lot now. Hey, I'll stop by again. I appreciate you guys letting me take a look at it. I grew up around here, and I learned about this church because me and Nice and Green and Paul Meyer did the landscaping for Mother Teresa. I got an album. I've been getting heavier into stonework. I was in Duluth, Minnesota for a while at this guy's house, and he had a big book on stonework. So I've been studying. I thought about going out to that church in France and doing some of it, but I've been trying to kind of improve upon what we did out there, but that's still out there.
I thought you said I wanted to know who did the landscaping. I said, I don't know.
I said extra credit, who did the landscaping.
Oh, extra credit. So he did the landscaping.
I can't take credit. Paul Meyer was a good guy. He ran a little landscape business. He eventually moved to Alaska and then down to St. Thomas. And I was like just out of high school type of kid then, and I help him out. Me and Coach Penny from Richwoods High School. Yeah. But it's really neat to see that the bricks are still, they're there, and everything is, those limestone blocks are all there. I might come in and take a couple still pictures of that. I was just thanking God, because my dad's in the hospital for a heart valve, and to this day, his brother was really, really sick when they were little kids, and he was maybe like 14, and he was going down the steps and saw Jesus. He said he had to move out of the way. Jesus said it was going to be okay. And his brother lived. They all thought his brother was going to die.
Hey, God still does
pneumonia or something.
Well, God bless.
That's really cool. They have some really nice gardens they planted since we were here, because we just had those little boxwoods in there and a couple of these hostas. They didn't have any of this. I don't even, when we left, they were going to put in these railings, I think. The railing person was...
Even our little church in Delavan, they put all the...
You're out of Delavan. That's pretty nice. Yeah, nice meeting you. I appreciate you inviting me in. I would have never, if you never came by right now, I would have never. I was thinking of heading out. My bike's even still there. I remember there was a guy working here. He was one of the staff. I don't know about a preacher or what, but he became a pretty good friend of ours when he'd come out and say, "Hey, how's it going?" and everything when we were working. Could have been. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It could have been the bishop.
What year was it that you were here?
It must have been 98. I thought it was 97, but it says dedicated November 29th, 98. I thought it was 97 we were here. It might have been 98.